train left without us. We just stood on the platform like we understood that the destination was never the town. It was the moment one of us put our bag down and the other didn't run. The train left, and I think we've begun. The doors closed and the engine pulled. The carriage is out, compartment full of new passengers or maybe ghosts of the versions of us who were almost too scared to stop, who almost rode the train to the end of every road without getting off. But we got off, not at the right stop, not at the trough of the schedule, at the wrong one, the unplanned station where a woman took a stand on the concrete and said stay to a man whose whole life was a one-way ticket and a talent for departures. Well, the talent died somewhere between midnight and the morning tide of passengers around us heading home, while we stood still the first time I've known stillness as a choice, not as a trap. The train left without us. Close the map. The train left without us. Close the map. She picked her bag up, I picked mine. We walked through the station, past the line of taxis, past the schedule board, past the gate, into a city neither of us could narrate yet. And the morning air was cold and new, and the sky was the kind of heavy blue that comes before the clouds decide if it's going to rain. And I hope it does, because rain is how this whole thing was born. On a platform, in a car, in a dining room, between the stars of passing towns, on a track that led to the only platform where I'm not afraid of what comes next. Because what comes next is a city with a woman and a text I'll finally send. I stayed. The train pulled out of the station, and the sound got smaller and smaller until it was just the birds in the morning, and her hand in mine on a platform in a city. We'll learn together. The train left without us, and that's the end of the man who couldn't stay, couldn't bend, couldn't let a platform be a home. The train left without us, and I'm not alone. For the first time since the trains began, the train left, and I finally can stand still. Platform at arrival, bags in hand. Two people in a crowd who understand that the train was never just a train, and the platform is where the next thing starts again. She looked at me, I looked at the sign, destination here, and the morning's fine. And the question isn't where to go, It's where the we survives the platform slow. Everybody filed out car by car. Some had people waiting with a car, double parked outside the station door. Some had suitcases and nothing more, and we stood there with our bags between our feet, like a border or a screen between the night and the day's demand to make decisions, have a plan. And I didn't have one. Not for this, not for the aftermath of almost bliss. On a midnight train that lasted years, compressed into hours, condensed into fears. That morning light would break the spell, that the platform would be where we fell back into the separate lives we carry. But her eyes said something quite contrary. Platform at arrival, bag still down. Platform at arrival. She put her bag down on the concrete floor, like planting a flag at the shore of a new country. And she said, I don't know this city, but I know what you said in the dark between the carriages, about the stations that you missed. And I think this platform is the one you've been passing through since you were young. So stop, just stop right here, right now. Don't calculate the cost, don't plan how to leave before the leaving gets you first. Just stand on this platform with your thirst for coffee and your wrinkled shirt and your beautiful, terrified face. Unhurt by the morning, unhurt by the day. Just stay. The station clock said 6:47. The platform cleared like a path to something. Not quite heaven, not quite home, but close. And neither one of us alone. Platform at arrival, bag still down. Two people in a morning lit town that neither one of us has seen before. Platform at arrival, I'm not leaving anymore. Last station coffee from the cart outside. She bought two without asking, and my pride took a backseat to the gratitude of someone knowing how you take your food. Yeah, the coffee, your morning, your fear. Last station coffee, we're almost here. The train stopped at a station big enough for a platform cart with the good stuff. Not the dining car reheated kind, but fresh and paper cups to find. Of a morning after a night like this, she jumped out and I watched her bliss of movement after hours of sit. Running on the platform, tickets slip between her teeth. Two coffees, one in each hand. Running back before the doors would land shut, and she made it barely laughing hard. Out of breath and holding out my cardboard cup like a trophy from the wall of the platform. Best coffee I ever saw. Last station coffee. Ooh, last station coffee. We drank it standing in the corridor, watching the countryside become the floor. plan of a city. First the factories, then the houses, then the taller trees of buildings. And the roads got wide. In the morning traffic ran beside a train like an escort into town. And I thought, this is where we slow down. Not just the train, but the night, the us, the bubble of a sleeper cars discuss. Ion ends when the platform comes in view. So I said it, standing with the brew still warm against my palm. What now? She said, you asking how the story ends or how it starts. Last station coffee, breaking all the charts. The coffee's paper rim held both our lips. Different spots, different sips. Same cup, practically same heat. Last station coffee, almost obsolete. Last station coffee. She smiled through the steam, and I think the answer to the dream is standing on a train with a cup in hand. Last station coffee, I finally understand. First light on the tracks, a silver line running ahead of us like a sign that the night is packing up its things. Purple fading into what the morning brings. Gray and gold and the kind of clean that only 5 a.m. has ever seen. First light on the tracks, we're almost there. Wherever there is, and I don't care. The sky went from black to navy first, then a thin line of orange like a thirst. At the horizon, drinking up the dark, sip by sip until the railway park of the next town showed us trees in gray. Not silhouettes anymore, but the day, the version of the things that hid all night behind the neon and the passing light. And she sat up and watched the sky unpack its colors, everyone a track on a playlist she seemed to know by heart. This is my favorite part. First light on the tracks. First light on the tracks. Yeah. The other passengers started waking too. Compartment curtains opening to the new reality of morning. Someone's phone alarm, someone's stretch, someone's clearing of the arm. Where sleep left pins and needles in the corridor, filled with sounds of people who ignore the magic of a train at dawn. Because they ride it every day, but we don't, because we're the ones who took the midnight train, not to commute but to outrun a pain that turned to something else between the cars. And now the morning's here like the last of the stars fading out. And I think that's fine, because the daylight version is the sign that this was real, not just a night's disguise. First light on the tracks, and the truth in her eyes. Dawn, don't lie, dawn, don't hide. Everything exposed and I'm still by her side, and she's still here, that's the test. Night is beautiful, but daylight is the rest. First light on the tracks, silver becoming gold. The story of the night is almost told, but the morning chapter hasn't got a name. First light on the tracks, and nothing's the same. 4 a.m. stop, the train exhales. platform empty under sodium nails of light that turn everything the same. Flat yellow, not the neon's claim to beauty, just a station's honest glow. 4 a.m. stop and the world moves slow, enough to hear the engine tick, like a heart between the beats. That's it, that's the whole song, that's the whole stop. The sudden silence woke her up, head lifted from my shoulder like a cup lifted from a saucer, careful, slow. She looked out at the platform's yellow glow and said, "Where are we?" I said, "Somewhere small, a station with a clock that's on the wall, reading 4:03 in a font that feels like the 80s, like the way time heals. Nothing fast, but everything eventually." She leaned back, this time intentionally against me, not from sleep but from choice, and the silence of the stop gave her voice room to say, "I'm glad I didn't get off." Said it's simple like a minor cough that carries everything the lungs can't hold. 4 a.m. stop and the night got bold. Oh, 4 a.m. stop, the train exhales. 4 a.m. stop and the night got bold. A man outside was sweeping the platform edge, pushing nothing into nothing at the ledge of a town that probably empties by 11 and fills again by 7 with commuter heaven. But at 4, it's just him and the broom and a train that's pausing in the room of his routine. And outwaved he didn't see, or he saw and had no wave left in him, free from the obligation of the social code. At 4 a.m. you're off the road of performing, just existing in the sweep of a broom and a night too far from sleep. The engine coughed and the platform slid away beneath us, slow, then hid behind a curve, a hill, a tree. 4 a.m. stop, she leaned closer to me. 4 a.m. stop, the shortest chapter in a night that's heading somewhere after. All the words and towns in dark. 4 a.m. stop, the quietest spark. "4 a.m. stop." Passing lights like memories I'll keep. Every town we crossed while she was half asleep. On my shoulder, purple, golden, blue. Passing lights like everything I knew about myself rewritten at this speed. Passing lights and the only one I need is a small one in the compartment above. Passing lights, but I'm no longer passing love. Each town a photograph I'll never print, a 3-second exhibition heaven sent. And gone, the factories with amber squares, the empty parking lots, the highway pairs of headlights going the other way. People heading back while we head away. And I'm naming towns by their color code. Purple town, the amber one, the road that ran beside the track for 7 miles with its cat eye reflectors and its crooked smiles of white dashes. And the one town where a single street light lit a single chair on a porch and someone sitting in it late, just watching trains. And I thought that's fate or coincidence, but on a train they feel the same. Passing lights like memories I'll keep. She murmured something I couldn't quite catch about the lights, about a latch on a memory she keeps. The train she took when she was 12, and how the world looked huge and small at once through moving glass, and how she fell asleep in the night past like this one's passing. And I understood the trains are where the leaving people could finally hold still, because the moving's done by the track, the engine, not the run. In your feet the train runs for you, and what's left is you and the passing view, and the courage that comes from being carried through the dark by something steel and married to the rail. You don't have to steer tonight, passing lights, and everything feels right. The towns get smaller as the night gets deep. She breathes like someone finally free from the need to navigate. The train decides, we just wait. Passing lights like memories I'll keep, stored in the rhythm where the track meets sleep. Your weight on my arm, the world outside. Passing lights and nothing left to hide. And nothing left to hide. Rain on the roof of the train, different sound than rain on glass or rain on ground. Metal and water making something new, a rhythm that belongs to me and you. And the miles we've covered since the hand landed where the fear couldn't withstand the weight of wanting. Rain on the roof of a train, the closest thing to proof. Your head found my shoulder like a homing device, calibrated to the exact precise angle where my neck becomes a curve that your temple fits. And the nerve of this position, this close, this fast, how quickly strangers become the past tense of I used to be alone on trains. Now I'm someone's shoulder in the rain, and the metal roof amplifies each drop into a sound that feels like the stop of every anxious thought, replaced by this, the percussion of a late night bliss. Rain on the roof of the train, different sound. Rain on the roof of the train, different sound. We haven't kissed and I think that's fine. Some things taste better on the vine of anticipation, in the space between the wanting and the face, getting closer every station past. Your hair smells like the coffee and the last cigarette we shared between the cars, and somehow that's more intimate than stars or grand gestures or the movie version of two people on a train. Our version is quieter, is shoulder and a cheek, is rain on metal, is the speak of touch without the need for sound. Rain on the roof, we're homeward bound. The rain started somewhere past the bridge where the border was like a privilege of the new territory. Here it rains, different, softer, like it knows our names. Rain on the roof of train keeps time with the Wurlitzer and this sleepy rhyme. Your breathing slowed against my chest. Rain on the roof, and I finally rest.
The space between the seats got small when you crossed it, and I watched the fall of every rule I set for trains and strangers, every warning label, every danger sign I've memorized since I was young. The space between the seats, and then your hand was on my knee, and the whole train held its breath. There's a distance that's appropriate for two people who just met. I know the etiquette, the armrest boundary, the polite lean back, that I keep my legs on my side of the track. But the train took a curve at 80-something fast, and you slid and I caught, and neither one of us asked for permission from the other or the night, because the night already gave us right away. From the dining car to here, through the wind between the cars, through the fear I've been carrying since the platform disappeared. And your hand on my knee is the first thing in a year that felt like a decision instead of a reaction. The first intentional touch, not an attraction. Dressed as accident, this was real, this was now. The space between the seats gone, and I don't know how to breathe when someone closes every gap between the leaving and the coming back. The space between the seats. The space between the seats. The space between the seats. You said nothing, just a hand, just a stay, of fingers on a kneecap in the sway of a compartment doing 70 through rain. And I thought about every single train I ever took to leave instead of land. And now someone's here with a steady hand on the part of me that runs and runs. You didn't grab or pull, you placed it once and let gravity and the rail decide if I'd lean in or lean toward the side that runs. And for the first time at this speed, the running side had nothing left to leave. The train knew before we did. The rocking rhythm like a prayer we hid inside the motion, inside the steel. The space between the seats became the only thing that's real. The space between the seats is gone, and what replaced it is a song. I didn't write, didn't plan, didn't pack. Oh, the space between the seats, I'm not going back to the version of the distance I maintain. Space between the seats, erased by a train. What I packed and what I carry, different weight. Suitcase light, but the conscience stays up late. Shirts and socks, and a charger for the phone, and a decade of leaving people on their own. What I pack fits overhead. What I carry needs a bigger bed than any sleeper car can offer free. What I packed and what I carry, both are me. She asked me what I left behind. I said furniture. She said nice try, rewind to the real answer. and the train agreed. Rock me told the truth, it Wurlitzer speed. So I said a lease, a job, a friend who became more and I couldn't bend. My definition of enough to fit a shape inside the space I'd built for one. Always room for an exit, never for a bloom. Of 2 toothbrushes, 2 sets of keys, 2 reasons to stay home and freeze. The leaving muscle I've been training since. My parents proved that love is a province. You can be deported from without a crime. What I packed took minutes, what I carried took time. What I packed and what I packed and what I carry. Oh, 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 oh. What I packed and what I carry. She listened like the tracks beneath, steady, rhythmic, underneath the weight of what I said. No crack, no judgment, just the railroad track. Approach, receive it, carry it, move on. Turn the weight into the song. And she said I packed the same, but mine is folded different. Same design, though. The leaving muscle, the exit door. The suitcase light, but the conscience sore from knowing I'm the one who walks, while the apartment full of midnight talks goes cold, and the train between us held every word like a river that swelled past the banks and into the field. What I packed and what I carried finally revealed. The overhead rack held the lighter things. The seat between us held the offerings of 2 people practiced in the art of flight, learning stillness on a train at night. What I packed and what I carry, different bags, one with zippers, one with flags of every place I should have stayed. What I carry tonight is the price I pay, but the fare feels lighter shared like this. What I carry met its match, and it's almost bliss. Midnight crossing, the sign said border. Everything behind me in disorder, everything ahead unnamed and clean. Midnight crossing, somewhere in between. The man who boarded and the man who leaves. This train when morning comes, I believe they'll be different. The crossing made it so. Midnight and the train moves slow. The train slowed at the border check, and no bridge over a river, just a speck of moonlight on the water, silver thin. And the whole train seemed to hold it in. The breath, the speed, the late night rush, replaced by something close to hush. And she woke up from the changing pace, looked at me with a just woke face that had zero pretense, zero prep, just the raw expression of a step between asleep and where are we now? I said the border, she said wow. I always miss the borders, I always sleep through the parts where one place ends and the new ones creep into the windows. And I thought the same, I always miss the borders, that's my game. Midnight crossing. The bridge beneath us hummed a lower note than the usual track, like the river road. A bass line for the cross and deep and round. And the train rocked different on this ground, like it knew the way to what it carried. Between 2 countries, between the married idea who I was at departure, and the unmarried truth of the future. bridge at night, with the woman who makes the dark feel right, and a river below reflecting both our lights. And neither country's laws apply tonight. The border guard waves us through without a check. Just the train in the night and the river's deck of moonlight playing cards with the dark below. Midnight crossing, the slowest I've ever been willing to go. Midnight crossing, we're in new territory. Not the map kind, the kind before the story gets its name before the plot takes shape. Midnight crossing, past the point of escape. Midnight crossing, past the point of escape. The conductor's knocked at the compartment door. Tickets please, like we weren't in the middle of more than a train ride, more than seats and track. She straightened up, I leaned back. The conductor's knock, a 3-beat pause on the door between the night and cars. An effect of two people caught, being closer than a ticket bought. He checked mine first, one-way stamped. I watched his face for judgment, scanned for any sign. He saw the room for what it was, a late-night bloom of something that doesn't fit the fare. He punched it clean without a care. Then hers, she fumbled in her coat, found it folded in a crumpled note from someone's handwriting I couldn't read. He punched, moved on, no need to plead our case for sitting here this close to a stranger the conductor knows. But conductors keep the secrets of the rail. Every compartment holds a different tale. The conductors the conductors knock at conductors now. After he left, the silence changed from the comfortable to the rearranged kind, where you notice you've been sharing air with someone sitting in your favorite chair. A vulnerability, and now the overhead light from the corridor leaked in too bright for what we'd built inside the dark. She pulled the curtain closed, and that small arc of her arm reaching up undid whatever distance was left between us. Kid, you're not on a train, you're in a film that the night keeps writing at the whim of the tracks and the timing and the rain. The conductor's steps faded down the car, his flashlight bouncing off the corridor wall. And we returned to what we were before, but closer, 2 clicks closer to the core. The conductor's knock, the only rule inside a train that's run by fuel, and the understanding that between the stations everything's a dream. He knocked, we paused, he left, we stayed. The conductor's knock, the price we paid for 3 more hours of this moving room. The conductor's knock, then back to bloom. Dun, dun, dun. Tunnel in the window turned to mirror. Nothing outside but the dark got clearer. Just our faces floating in the black, in the bass that hit like a heart attack. Tunnel could couldn't see the town or track, just the glass reflecting what I lack. The courage to say what the dark allows. Tunnel, and the eyes are open now. The train hit the mountain at full speed, and the world outside just ceased to beat, replaced by concrete walls so close. Swear I heard the mountain's dose of silence, louder than the rail, and every window turned to veil, a black glass showing us ourselves, like a mirror in a room of shelves, where every book is something you hidden, and the tunnel light is strictly forbidden. So the only thing I saw was a reflection, looking back at mine with a new direction in the eyes, the kind of look that starts revolutions in the quieter parts. Tunnel in the window, in the window, 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 window. Tunnel window, 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 window. She sat up from a jacket pillow throne, and in the tunnel dark we were alone. Not just from the world, but from the light that lets you curate how you look at night. In the tunnel there's no city glow to borrow, no neon alibi for joy or sorrow, just a real face in the window stare, and hers was braver than I thought. Right there, she said, I can see you better in the dark, and the tunnel carried that like a spark, through the mountain, through the concrete core, through every wall I ever built before. The tunnel ended like they always do, with the rush of air and the sky of blue, black and stars in a compartment filled with light from a town that almost spilled into the room. But the thing she said in the dark still rang inside my head. Tunnel in the mirror became glass again. Cities returned and the night remained, but something shifted in the dark between the mountain walls. Something felt not seen. Tunnel broke us open, then the light rebuilt us as we were, but different, right?
Her jacket as a pillow, her jacket as a pillow, balled up tight against the window where the passing light paints her sleeping face in purple coat. Every town a different episode of color on her cheek, her chin, her hair, her jacket as a pillow, and I'm just there, watching from the seat across like proof that some things are worth staying up for. Through the roof of every hour left until the dawn. She fell asleep mid-sentence and I caught the last word anyway, which meant she thought there was more to say, but the train decided that the conversation would be one-sided for the next few hours while she dreamed of whatever sleeping faces seemed to process. Small twitches at the brow, a breath that changed, and I wondered how someone I met 6 hours ago could make a rocking train feel like tempo for a song I didn't know existed, till the playlist of the night insisted. Her jacket as a pillow, a jacket as a pillow. I could see the towns reflected on her skin like a tiny screen projecting where we've been. Purple for the first one with the church, amber for the junction where the birch trees lined the track, and blue, pure blue for the station where the sign said something true. I couldn't read at speed but felt applied to the way she slept on the window side, with zero guard, zero mask, zero wall. Just a woman trusting that the fall, asleep on a train with a man she just met, was the safest bet. And it was, and I'm not done yet. The train took a curve and her head almost slipped. I reached out, stopped, my fingers gripped the armrest instead, not ready to cross the line between a stranger and a loss. I couldn't afford, not at this speed. Her jacket as a pillow, city as a lamp, painting sleeping portraits, each one stamped with a color I'll remember when the train reaches wherever. But I hope it's rain, and I hope it's late, and I hope she stays. Her jacket as a pillow for the rest of my days.
Station we didn't stop at, lights went fast. Platform empty, bench a pole then passed. Someone's time reduced to half a blink, gave me time enough to pause and think about the stations in my life I've passed. The stop sign should've made that went too fast. Station we didn't stop at, was it yours? Were you getting off before I opened doors? You told me about the town you grew up in, population small enough to fit the sin of everyone inside a single rumor, and the kind of love that grows like a tumor when you're 18 and the world's a cage made of familiar streets and minimum wage. You said you left when the leaves turned brown, took a train just like this one out of town, and never learned the art of going back, just the art of packing light and keeping track of stations missed and people passed, like the one outside. Too beautiful, too fast. Too beautiful, too fast. I told her mine was different, said it bone between the concrete and the overworked and worn. Parents who loved hard but loved apart. 2 apartments, 1 kid, a split screen heart. And the trains were how I moved between 2 versions of a home, always in between. Platform A to platform B each week, carrying a backpack and the things I couldn't speak about in therapy till 25, when I learned that being split helped me survive, but made it hard to stay in one place long. She said that explains the one way she wasn't wrong. The station disappeared like they all do, but the conversation stayed the way the true things do. In a compartment rocking slide, 2 backstories merging in the night. Station we didn't stop at, but it stopped us long enough to trade the things we never discussed with anyone who has a permanent address. Station we didn't stop at, but I digress into something close to honestly at rest.
Compartment for 2, the curtain drawn over, headlight up, just the city's dawn, the neon from the towns we pass at speed, the private room for everything we need to say but won't. Not yet, not now. Compartment for 2, and a quiet vow to let the train decide the pace of how we share this tiny space. You took the window side without a vote. I took the aisle and watched you take your coat off slow, one shoulder then the next, like the room was reading from a text on how to make a stranger's chest tight with something close to interest that became attention, then became a pull toward the window where the dark was full of passing lights that lit your arms in purple intervals like alarms for a heart that wasn't ready for the weight of a beautiful woman in a train this late. Compartment for two, the curtain drawn. Compartment for two, and a quiet vow to let the train decide the pace of how we share this tiny space. You took the window side without a vote. I took the aisle and watched you take your coat off slow, one shoulder then the next, like the room was reading from a text on how to make a stranger's chest tight with something close to interest that became attention, then became a pull toward the window where the dark was full of passing lights that lit your arms in purple intervals like alarms for a heart that wasn't ready for the weight of a beautiful woman in a train this late. Compartment for two, compartment for two, the curtain, compartment for two, The fold-down table held our phones in doubt, both face down because what we're about to build between these rocking walls don't need a notification, just the calls of the conductor walking corridor long, and the rails beneath us singing their song, and you tucking one leg under like the seat was yours since last summer, like you'd always been right there across from me in a compartment that was never meant to be anything but transit. But tonight the transit feels like home, the home feels right. The curtain keeps the corridor out, just us and the things we talk about in voices lower than the train. Sharing space, sharing rain. Compartment for two, the world keeps moving, but in here everything is soothing down to the size of what I feel. Compartment for two, the first thing that's been real.
Between the carriages, the wind hit different. Metal floor vibrating like a rhythm instrument. Yeah, yeah. Your hair went sideways and you laughed too loud. For a space this small between two moving clouds. Of steel and glass and passenger sleep. Between the carriages, too loud to think, too wild to keep our composure, so we didn't even try. Between the carriages under the open sky, we stepped out for a cigarette and air, and the noise between the cars was everywhere. Metal screaming at the joints, the wind pulling at our clothes like a discipline. Anyone who dared to stand between the safe interior and the machine outside, and you lit yours in the gap, cupping the flame like you were holding the map to somewhere only smokers know about. The in-between, the not in, not out. Not in, not out. You had to lean close to hear me speak. Your ear near my mouth, my voice gone weak. Not from the noise, but from the nearness of your face to mine, and all this clearness of night air rushing past at 80 miles. And the rails below sinking their files of everywhere they've been, everywhere they'll go. And us standing in the gap, smoking slow. Two people who met 3 hours ago, acting like the wind was a reason to stay close, when we both know it was something else between the carriages, between ourselves. The door behind us rattled with the shake, and neither one of us reached for the brake. We let the cold and the noise decide how long we'd stand here side by side. Between the carriages the wind knew first, before the words, before the thirst for something honest at this speed and height. Between the carriages, the first real night. Down in car, yeah. The dining car at midnight, last 2 left. You at the counter, me just catching breath from the walk between the cars where the wind hit cold, and the space between the carriages almost swallowed me whole. Dining car, 2 coffees, 1 shared sugar, the start of something neither one of us was sure of. The table's bolted down, but the cups still slide. Every time the train takes a curve, we ride. The liquid tilting left like a little tide inside a ceramic world, and you tried to hide a smile when my coffee nearly jumped off the counter at the railroad bump. You said you're the platform 9 guy, I said you're the jacket I almost walked by. 2 strangers at a counter bolted to the floor of a train that's moving faster than a metaphor. I'm building in my head to make this sound like destiny instead of lost and found. The dining car, and me, the dining car, the dining car. You ordered toast and they were out of jam, just butter and the kinda I don't give a damn attitude the dining car demands. At midnight when the chef's last stand is reheated coffee in a tired look. You ate it like it came from your own cookbook, and the Wurlitzer underneath the tracks laid a groove that felt like soundtrack to the facts. We were both running from the same kind of stay, on the same train going the same way. She said, where you headed? I said, not sure. She said, same, and that was the cure for the loneliness I packed between my shirts and my too heavy routine. The dining car at midnight, now it's just us 2. Coffee cold, but the conversation new when the train keeps moving through the dark outside. Dining car, the first place I didn't wanna hide. Cities through the glass like memories I can't hold, names I'll never learn, lit in blue and gold, passing at a speed that makes the details soft, gone before I figure out what I just lost. Cities through the glass, each one a maybe, each one a
life I could've lived if I stayed, maybe long enough to learn the streets by heart. Cities through the glass, each one a fresh start. First town came with a church steeple lit, white against the purple like a counterfeit. Moon too bright, too clean for this hour, but the train was past it in the time a flower takes to close at dusk. And I thought how strange that beauty at the speed becomes a range of colors without form, meaning without weight. A town reduced to light at a passing rate. Cities through the glass, each one a fresh star. Cities through the glass. Yeah. The woman in the window of the third town out was doing dishes, I could see her mouth moving to a song I'll never hear. In the kitchen I was close to for a half-second smear of passing, and I wondered if she saw the train. If for one frame I existed in her frame, a stranger in a window passing through her view. The way the cities pass through mine, and you passed through the corridor just now. I caught your jacket and the coffee that you brought from the dining car. 2 cups, one for me. Cities through the glass, but you I see. Every town a question, every light a door to a life where I'm less tired and less sure that leaving was the right thing after all. But the train won't stop for something this small. Cities through the glass, like memories I can't hold. Your face reflected over everything in gold. And for a moment you and the city overlap. Cities through the glass, but you I'm keeping on the map. Car 7, seat by the window, mine. The glass already cold against my spine. City pulling back like a breath released. Every building shrinking into peace. Car 7 in the overhead light dim, rocking side to side on the tracks on him. Ticket punch, nowhere else to be. Car 7, just the night and me. The seats that blue-gray velvet kind that holds the shape of everyone behind me, who sat here going somewhere else with their own bags full of someone else's letters, plans, and unreturned calls. The train rocks off between the walls of the city tunnel, first then sky, then the suburbs waving their goodbye with their lit up kitchen windows square in gold. Everyone a story never told to the people passing at this speed, just a blur of someone else's need. Car 7. Car 7. Yeah, I press my forehead on the glass, watching my reflection overlap the past of the city. Ghost face on the skyline, purple neon streaking through my outline, like the buildings lived inside my head, or I lived inside the things I fled. And the Wurlitzer between the rails played a note that sounded like exhales of a city letting someone go. The way good things do, soft and slow. The conductor didn't check my name, just the ticket and the empty frame of the seat across from mine, still free for now, for 3 more stops maybe. Car 7, seat by the window claim the city's gone, the dark's been named after everyone who left at night. Car 7, I think I'm doing this right. Platform 9, the board says delayed, but I've been waiting longer than the train. Backpack heavy with the things I've packed and the things I carry that I can't unstack. Platform 9, the clock don't care, fluorescent buzzing in the midnight air. One more cigarette before the doors. Platform 9, what am I leaving for? The station's almost empty, just a guard and a woman reading something hard. Cover glasses low, not looking up, and the coffee stand that just closed up left the smell of espresso in the hall, like a ghost of every morning call I ever missed because I hit snooze. Platform 9 and the right to choose a different city, different set of walls, a different version of the midnight calls I make to you when the courage peaks at 2 a.m. after lonely weeks. Platform 9. Platform 9. My ticket's one way and that was the point. Not a round trip to disappoint myself with the option of return before I've had the chance to learn if distance changes what the heart insists. If I still feel your name on my fists when I clench them in my jacket pockets, staring at departure boards like rockets, counting down the minutes to the doors. Platform 9, what am I leaving for? The answer boarded 2 cars up, I think. I saw your jacket through the gap and blinked. The whistle cuts the station air, doors closing, are you really there? Or am I seeing what I want to see on every platform between you and me? Platform 9. The train says go, but my feet already know that whatever I was leaving from just got on the same train, and I'm